All right, so 3.5 kilometers into this run, and I have no idea on pace, no idea on heart rate.
I just need to go for a run.
And we are outside. Hi everybody and welcome to today's video. My name is Matt and this is What Matters to Matt. Now if you are following my channel, welcome back. It's been a while. It's been actually about a month since I posted my last video, and it's been a little bit of a crazy month. I've got a lot to update you guys on. It's a little bit misty this afternoon. Kind of go on an easy run because I just had to get out and go for a run. We're anywhere between 5 and 10K. Not a whole lot on the plan for today, but I've got some what I'm going to consider to be exciting news to kind of put myself in the right direction that I want to be for the last 16 weeks of 2023. So I'm going to go on this easy run, and I'll update you guys in a bit. 10.4 kilometers with an average pace of 6:08 per kilometer and an average heart rate of 147. Hi everybody and welcome back to the office. Now I've got to be honest with you right off the bat, that run did not feel that great, but it did feel quite a bit like a lot of the runs that I've been on lately. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. By the way, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Head on over to my channel. I think I've got a lot of really solid content that a lot of people can relate to. Again, if you are following me, if you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you for sticking with me. I know it's been a while since I put out a video, about a month now, which is quite a stretch for me. But it's been a long month. I kind of took a little bit of a step back from running, and I just wanted to give you an update on where I'm at and what I plan on doing for the rest of the year, because I am pretty excited about what we've got going on for the last 16 weeks of 2023. All right, so before we get into what the end of the year, the last 16 weeks of 2023 are going to look like for me, I do think it's important to go back just a few months here and talk about earlier on in the summer and how we got to where we are right now. Now, back in May, I did break my marathon PR by 33 minutes. I missed my target time by just a couple of minutes, but I was still, at the end of the day, really, really happy with how I performed in that marathon. Then just 6 or 7 weeks after that, I ran my first ever ultra marathon. It was last man standing. I ended up running the furthest that I've ever run in my life, so I was really, really pleased with that in the end after I got time to think about that race. Really, really pleased with that. Then almost immediately after that, I decided I should roll right into a new marathon training block because I was thinking about the marathons for the fall. Now, in retrospect, when I planned out my summer and I planned out these big races and these big targets, I hadn't really given myself much of a break. Maybe that was a mistake, maybe that wasn't a mistake, but I did roll right into a new marathon training block without really having a goal marathon in place. I hadn't signed up for anything, which is important because I think it kind of shows that maybe at the time I wasn't quite as dedicated to a fall marathon as I thought I'd be. Now let's go to the end of July, early August. I was on vacation, and if you've seen some of my previous videos, I put out a couple around that time where I was talking about, I was thinking maybe potentially I was losing a little bit of fitness while I was on vacation. I was a little bit worried about where I was at, keeping my mileage up. These were all things that started to roll through my mind, and towards the end of that vacation, I found out it was very clear that I was going to have a new full-time teaching job for the fall that I was going to have to dedicate my time to, or a lot of my time to. All of that kind of balled up into a whole lot of whatever you want to call it, excuses, doesn't really matter to me, is this point where mentally and physically I was starting to lose interest in trying to push through a huge marathon training block that was going to take me into the fall. And my Strava really, really indicates that even over the last 3 weeks or so leading up to this week, my mileage completely fell off a cliff. So where we're at now is that not only have I not been running that much, I also let my diet get very, very loose. I stepped on the scale the other day, and I swear the first of this week, I was 17 pounds higher than I was when I ran the marathon in May. And that's weighing the same time of day. That's doing all the things you'd normally do to try to be consistent. Now, an awful lot of that was just really poor diet. And in future videos, we're going to talk about how I'm going to be cleaning up my diet and all that. But 17 pounds. So no wonder I was feeling a little bit sluggish. Water weight, fat, whatever. Not super concerned about that, but it is an indicator to me that things had really, really gone south. So now I'm looking at how can I move forward? How can I make myself better? How can I end the year in a position that in the spring I'm going to be ready to absolutely crush a new marathon PR, because that is the ultimate goal for me at this point. So what's the plan on how I'm going to get into the position I want to be at by the end of the year? Well, we're going to start by this week just being sort of a base running week, a starting point for me. This week, really, really trying to clean up my diet, really, really trying to focus on getting the rest, but really trying to focus on getting some quality running in there and paying attention to how my body feels. I'm also doing a couple of weightlifting sessions in the gym that we'll go over in another video in terms of what my lifting is going to look like over the next 16 weeks. But for the most part, this week is going to be about easy running. I did that 10.4 kilometers yesterday with some strides at the end of it. I did another 6.5 kilometers today, just a little bit of a recovery run. I'm going to get up early tomorrow before I have to go to my first job. I've worked twice tomorrow, so I'm not going to have any other time to run. And we're just going to see how much we can get in. I'm going to say anywhere between 5 and 10 kilometers. That's going to lead us closer into the weekend. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a longer run in on the weekend. Probably play with the pace a little bit. It'll be a little bit more of a fartlek. But generally, at the end of the week, we're going to look at my total mileage, and week over week, I'm just going to follow that 10% rule. We're going to start adding and building 10% week over week, knowing that I don't want to stress the body out too much, knowing the reality that I've got a lot on my plate with 2 jobs, family, all that stuff that so many of us deal with, but nothing ever happens in isolation. So really, really wanted to take my time to build up the best I can by the end of the year. I kind of had this idea, grandiose idea, that I wanted to run a 50-miler on New Year's Eve. That would be just around the city of Fredericton here. It would be the longest, slowest 50-miler that anybody has ever run. I'm thinking I really need to set myself a goal, because without something specific to focus on, it can fall by the wayside pretty quick for me. That includes my running, that includes my diet, that includes my dedication to my health, to my fitness. And already this week I'm noticing, I'm going to be honest with you, after I've cleaned up my diet, after I've gone on a couple of good solid runs, after I've started to focus a little bit more on my sleep, work during the day, even though I'm increasing my activity quite quickly, is feeling better. I'm feeling more alert as the week goes on. So it's having a lot of benefits already initially outside of my running. And again, that's a whole nother video that I think we should focus on, how running can actually help all the other things in your life. But before I ramble on too much, I just want to say that I am really excited for the next 16 weeks. I'm going to try to get on here and provide some sort of a weekly update. I've got a number of other videos I want to put out there. I've got a couple of headphones that companies have sent me that I got to do some reviews on. I've got a couple of shoe reviews that I really want to get out there. I've got a lot that I want to talk to you guys about and share with you, just my experience as we go through this running journey, and hopefully breathe some new life into that running experience to get me to where I want to be by the end of the year. Guys, I know maybe this video is a little bit all over the place, but I just wanted to be honest and share with you exactly where I'm at and give you an idea of where I want to be, how I want to go forward with that. If you like this video, if you're not currently subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Put a comment in the comment section down below. What are your goals for the rest of the year? A lot of you out there that watch my channel probably have those fall half marathon, 10Ks and 5Ks. But what are your goals for the rest of this year. I've said it before and I'll say it again. My name is Matt. This is what matters to Matt. And ultimately, what matters to me most is my family. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.